Hello, we're very pleased to be here. We thought we'd just begin by introducing ourselves. I am Tim Ayres from the History of Art Department, and I work on late medieval art and architecture.
And I'm Elizabeth Tyler from the English Department, and I work on literature from late antiquity to the 12th century. We are together co-directors of the Center for Medieval Studies. And we'll now share our slides with you, so just give us a moment. At CMS, we are having multiple conversations about the places and communities that we belong to as medievalists, both as scholars and as citizens. We thought it would be interesting to share this conversation with you. We are working not just for a diverse field of medieval studies, but an inclusive one, which holds together and connects the local, the national, and the global. Our research, by expanding knowledge and developing theoretical frameworks, has opened up our understanding of our place in all of these communities and of their and our interconnections.
One pressing issue for the field of medieval studies has been the Eurocentricity of much scholarship. This has set limitations on what we study, and inevitably, therefore, also who studies it and how. At the CMS, we are opening up this geography, both in our teaching and research, to explore relationships across a wider range of cultures within the traditional medieval time frame. So this has shaped our development of an interdisciplinary MA module on ways of thinking about a global Middle Ages, and a new Islamic cultures MA pathway starting next year. And here is an Iranian astrolabe to represent Islamic science, which is very much part of the interdisciplinary mix. Research projects like the Center for Medieval Literature are addressing definitions of Europe and its place in the wider Afro-Eurasian world. And in the AHRC project, Co-Production and Community Heritage in Tanzania, UK and Tanzanian archaeologists work together to preserve and interpret the built heritage of the East African coast. And on the right here is the cover of a recent book by Stephanie Wynne-Jones, who has been central to this project.
Turning to the national level, the nationalist appropriation of the medieval past in England as elsewhere has demanded response from academics, which we have offered across our research and teaching. We start with Mark Ormrod's AHRC project, England's Immigrants 1330 to 1550. The project contributed to the longer-term history of immigration into England and helped to provide deep historical and cultural context to contemporary debates about ethnicity, multiculturalism, and national identity. It contributed to shaping the national curriculum in schools, something Mark, here offering a toast, was rightly proud of. More recently, a book published in mid-August, Migrants in Medieval England, 500 to 1500, takes an interdisciplinary approach to showing that migration was a constant influence on the peopling of England and the concept of Englishness. We've put up the cover of the Migrants volume, which includes the work of 5 members of York CMS, alongside colleagues from other universities. The book's publication has proved very timely and was picked up by The Observer. Both of these projects flag CMS's commitment to scholarship which addresses pressing questions about the nature of community in England today.
Centre and region, especially in the context of devolution, have become an urgent political issue in England and the UK. More locally, lockdown has impressed on us the importance and the preciousness of our immediate environment, the city of York, and the value of CMS's long experience of working with partners here, something that Kate Giles discussed in the first Place and Community webinar. Northern identities have long been a central research theme at CMS. York academics have been involved in extensive teaching and research about the Vikings, for example, for generations. On the left here is the York Hoard, buried near Harrogate in the Viking period, and today on display in the Yorkshire Museum. The Heritage Lottery funded project York Minster Revealed is an excellent example of long-running collaboration between academics in York and another key cultural institution in the city to restore the Great East Window and to open the Minster up to a new generation of visitors. Most urgent currently, how can we support and work with these institutions and communities in facing their current challenges, both on our doorstep, like the tourism crisis in York, and as in East Africa, to preserve and interpret the past for the present. We have always worked closely together, both at CMS and with external partners. So we think we have a real opportunity to open up an inclusive rather than a fragmented Middle Ages, holding together geographies and chronologies, medieval and modern.
From these experiences, we would like to play a part in wider conversations in the university about our places in many communities, from the global to the local. Thank you for listening.